All right. So the other day I did a quick video on just a quick rundown of the things that I was using AI for that day, and I got some great response. So I wanted to do that again and just see if I can generate any ideas on the things that you can use AI for on a regular basis by sharing some of the things that I'm using it for. So just today, a couple of things that I've used it. We'll talk about yesterday too, because I didn't do that. Let's see here. So one of the things I did today, amongst many, so I had a new marketing campaign I had to roll out, in this case for my agency, and I used it to not only help identify some of the key points for that, but to write a sales letter that's going to be sent out as an email, the corresponding landing page copy, and I used a number of our reviews to do that. I also went ahead and had it help me out with calls to action to identify some really good calls to action, and even had it write a video script that I'm using on the landing page to help make sure that I'm explaining the program well and hopefully doing so in a compelling way that gets people to sign up. So lots of stuff there that I used it for. I also used it today to help create a standard operating procedure. Anytime you have a team, or even if you're doing it yourself, it's helpful to have that standard operating procedure so that you can make sure that you're delivering your services the same way each and every time. And I worked in conjunction with my assistant to go through and continue to develop both some new SOPs that we're creating, as well as refine a couple, and it did a great job. The last thing that I did, and keep in mind it's only 2 o'clock here, so the last thing I did that I can think of off the top of my head is I was invited to speak at an upcoming conference out in Minnesota, and I used it to create an updated speaker's bio for me. I have a bio that I've used, but not really a speaker's oriented bio. And I was able to feed that bio into ChatGPT, tell it what my goal was as far as creating a more compelling speaking bio, talking about the topics that I'm speaking on, in this case, AI. And it did just a fabulous job of helping me rewrite that, make suggestions, update, and all that. So those were a couple things. The last thing I'll leave you with is one I did yesterday. And so I did a webinar yesterday explaining how I've developed a series of prompts using ChatGPT, using Claude-2, and using Perplexity.ai to actually write an entire book. And I've actually made that available. If you want a copy of that, I'll put a link down in the comments. You can download a copy for free. I'm sharing my entire workflow. I want to clarify here, though, when it comes to inspiration, this is something good to remember. This is not a short one-time prompt. I can't just prompt ChatGPT to write me a best-selling business book on the topic of blank. It's not going to work. It's a series of prompts, over 2 pages of prompts that I go through, and then one massive Google Doc that I build out as I'm doing that. But if you're familiar with the concept of writing a book and using that book to create credibility for you online, to help, again, share your expertise, this is a great way to do that. I can write an entire quality business book in probably 8 to 10 hours. Now you may be going, Jonathan, that's a long time. It is, but imagine how long it's going to take you to write that book if you sit down and start writing at your computer. I'd have a hard time getting the first couple chapters done in 8 hours, let alone the whole thing. So anyway, that has been taking a huge part of my last 2 days as I've refined that prompt, and then again doing the webinar and laying that out. But hopefully this is some inspiration to you. I'd love your feedback. Again, I want to know, is it helpful when I share some of these, and are there any specific prompts or things that I talked about that you'd like me to share? I know a couple of you last time said share them all. Well, that's kind of hard to do because I'm literally in and out all day long in these tools. But if you've got questions about a specific prompt, I love doing prompt engineering. Let me know what you're trying to accomplish, or if I've mentioned something that's interested, I'll share my prompt with you. The other thing that I did that just remembered as I'm talking here is created a number of images in Midjourney for a series of articles, blog posts, and social media posts that I'm putting together. So another use of AI tools for that. Obviously, I use these a lot. I would love to help you guys out. If you want a prompt, just comment down below. I'll be happy to get back to you on that. If you want a copy of that workflow for creating a book, check the comments. I'll also have a link there in the comments that you can do to get that and download that for free. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If you're here in the U.S., and I know not everybody is, we're celebrating Labor Day on Monday, so I know it's a long weekend for many of us. Enjoy. If you're not in the U.S., and I guess you're probably working on Monday, make the best of it and enjoy your weekend. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.